Meek Mills, you at a Diddy party dressed in matching outfits. Women don't even do that no more, fam. And you got a midget between y'all legs? I knew you was strange when you was bunny hopping for them white boys. Man, come on out the closet, man. Come on.
Whereas that he's dressing like, he dressing the same he dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy?
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
When Jeffrey Epstein started showing up in places, white people started saying, hey, man, what is that guy? Who is he? What do he do? How did he become rich? Man, they started giving a pushback. There was never no pushback against Diddy, even with all the rumors of him killing Tupac. So I don't think Diddy just got something on executive. He got something on everybody.
If you got someone, don't you love when I come around?
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
making love?
Ew. I don't know if it was love.
Okay, you have it? Let's hear it.
What? Yo, wait a minute. Wait. Ah!
What you just saw, that's not just random internet noise. That's a pattern that connects one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop to a series of moments that people are only now starting to question. Because for years, everything around Sean Diddy Combs looked controlled. Perfect image, perfect connections, perfect influence. But now, that image is cracking. And right in the middle of it is Meek Mill.
You understand? So I can imagine him play fighting with Lil Rod. Because, you know, a lot of people could say what they want to say about Diddy. You know, he got a knuckle game. He will fight you. You know what I'm saying? You his size, you understand something like that? Around your size, something like that, he would fight you. He had a knuckle game. He wasn't that dude that like people try to say he was some old scared ass nigga. Nah, he would fight you. You understand? So I could see with a person like Lil Rod, he probably was roughing him up, grabbing him, groping him, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he playing with him, but he actually want him to do what he want him to do. So, like I said before,
what Gene Deal is describing here isn't just play fighting. He's pointing at something deeper, something psychological, because when someone uses physical dominance disguised as jokes or horseplay, it's not about fun, it's about control. And according to multiple insiders, that control wasn't limited to one person. It was a pattern, a method, a way of establishing power in rooms where nobody wanted to question it. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. In environments where power is everything, people don't always speak up, they adjust, they stay quiet, or worse, they normalize it.
About this Meek Mill and Diddy situation. Like Meek Mill, you know, saying no Diddy and him getting backlash, you know, people feeling like, you know, he being fake because, you know, he had a relationship with Diddy. Like, how you feel about that?
My man, I can't judge Meek Mill as a man. I don't know Meek Mill as a person. You understand? And if he wants to say no Diddy, no homo, no this, no that, that's his choice. I know a lot of Phillies dudes and they strong out there, and some of my people are cool with Meek Mills. You understand? People. Some of my people are cool with Meek Mill's people. Meek Mills was a young guy, and Diddy was an influencer, and he may have influenced a lot of things that Meek Mills got caught up in the game in. Brother, I don't know Meek Mills as a man. You understand? I know some of his people through my people who knows his people. If Meek Mills want to say no Diddy, if Meek Mills want to say no homo, I don't have a problem with Meek Mill doing that. Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had. Dressing alike, being cozy, Puff calling him daddy, saying little innuendos to him. People are looking at that and saying Meek Mill is wrong for saying no Diddy. But you can't tell a man how to spend his money and how to make love to his wife or his Diddy. So, I don't know. I don't know, Mike. I just don't know.
Nah, I feel you, man. You know, I get it, man. I see where you're coming from. But I gotta ask you about this party, right, that Diddy threw for Meek Mill. You heard about how the owner, she came out saying that she found used condoms, lubricant, razor blades, powder, blood on the bed sheets. You heard about this?
No, what happened is that Diddy had rented a mansion out for Meek Mill's birthday party, and he had rented it for like $25,000. I remember we rented one of Cher's mansion out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the day he had fired his cook, but that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying? It was me, Wolf, Mace, was Ock staying there? No, it was just me, Wolf, Mace, Puff, and there was one other person staying in the mansion. But anyway, long story short is that they came recently. This happened a long time ago, but they recently just made a statement that they found loads of cocaine. I wonder what they did with the cocaine, because they didn't turn it over to the police. They said they found loads of cocaine, razor blades. They said that the sheets were bloody, nasty. They found a whole lot of used condoms. And it was a Diddy party, given in Meek Mill's honor for his birthday. I was like, yo, wow. They said it was disgusting the way that they left the place. So I know they got hit with another bill on top of that $25,000 and the different deposits they had to put down for cleanup and all this other stuff.
Now this is where things take a darker turn, because this isn't just about relationships anymore. This is about environments, spaces, where the rules were different, where the stories being told to the public and what actually happened behind closed doors don't match. A luxury mansion, a birthday celebration, everything looks beautiful on the surface, but what was allegedly left behind? That paints a completely different picture. And here's the key detail, the detail everyone misses. It's not just what was found, it's how long it took for people to start talking about it. Years for years. Nobody said anything, not a word, not a whisper. Why? Because in those rooms, silence wasn't accidental, it was expected. And that silence, that's what makes this story bigger than just Meek Mill, bigger than Diddy. That silence is the story.
Because you can't be that guy at the gay party getting mad at the gay dudes hitting on you. Right. You at they function. So now you gonna be homophobic in here? What? You the jerk right now. You the clown. You at they shit getting mad. They try to see what's to you. Yo, dumbass.
Give me a take on the flack that Meek Mill has gotten throughout all this. You know,
Meek Mill's situational awareness is just low, bro. Like, that's all it is. But a man had his Amazon account hooked to his Twitter. He buying dildos and everything. It's showing on his Twitter, bro.
You can't do that.
Look that up. That's real. He just crazy, bro. Like, that's all it is. Like, you know, I feel like Meek is an honorable dude. He just kind of, he just don't be up to speed a lot of times.
Is that audio real? What are you getting?
I don't know. That audio, I can't confirm that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this, like, the feds announced that they have a video of Diddy on camera assaulting a male sex worker. You see what I'm saying? So, like, if they making these type of announcements, bro, if they had anything on Meek Mill, bro, like, that's everywhere. Because he just got out of jail and then got off of probation, got a judge fired and all type of things. Like, so it's people who want to see him look bad.
Right.
So if they had it, it'd be out.
This perspective flips the narrative completely. Instead of accusations, it raises a different question. What if Meek wasn't fully aware of the environment he was stepping into, because influence in this industry doesn't always look like pressure. Sometimes it looks like opportunity, access consequence, and by the time you realize what's really going on, you're already inside the system, and walking away isn't as simple as it sounds.
And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mill's, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood, whereas that he's dressing like, he dressing the same, he dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mill up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all that other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
Now the conversation shifts from speculation to perception, because whether these claims are true or not, they're shaping how people see Meek Mill, and more importantly, how people see the entire industry around him. Because once these narratives start spreading, it's almost impossible to separate fact from assumption, and that's exactly where reputations get damaged the most, not in courtrooms, but online.
I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid, and next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they...
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
This is one of the most important moments in the entire story, because now it's no longer just one voice, different people, different backgrounds, similar experiences. And when those experiences start aligning, even without direct proof, they create something powerful, A pattern not confirmed, not proven, but impossible to ignore. And for many viewers, that's where doubt begins.
He Meek Milk. As far as I'm concerned, he Meek Milk. I ain't calling him Mill no more, that's milk. That's Meek Milk. Added to the honeycomb. You got a meal.
So you believe the Dwayne Martin story, that could have happened?
Of course. Everybody know that shit. Everybody knew they was just ain't nobody know Dwayne was folding him over like that, taking him to Pound Town. And all these black running around marrying these sitting there convincing other women to go chase a fag. Go get you.
Yeah.
Look at my isn't he? Can you imagine if these told the truth about their relationships? I want you to meet my husband. He a fag. Would you like to come over? I'll make cookies.
Now, Jag, you know...
That's what these is doing. Hey, young man. Come on over. My husband just wants to touch you for a little while on camera. I promise you, you won't feel a thing. Sniff this.
Okay. So, Jag,
really? You stand on red carpets with and you sell an image of lies. Then you influence the public and ask the public to covet and want your life. Who wants that? Who jealous of that? A bunch of whack too afraid to find a real man and real love. So you marry a for a Birkin bag and then turn your head while he's f***ing a bunch of kids. I don't feel sorry for none of you, bitch. Don't y'all sit around writing your books, telling your sob stories. He was going in, you should have known he was gonna be a You married that and made babies with it. Look at Nicki Minaj. You got bitch and marrying level 3 sex offenders. And do you know since then, she done moved out. She don't live at the house they was living at no more. Kenneth there by herself. She literally got him a zoo. And she fills it with sex who don't mind rough sex.
Jaguar Wright just did something most people won't. She stopped talking about incidents and started talking about the machine, because according to her, what you see on red carpets, the interviews, the Instagram posts, the humble billionaire aesthetic, that's not reality. That's branding, carefully constructed images built by teams of people designed for one purpose: to make you admire lives that may not even be real. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. If the image is controlled, if the narrative is manufactured, if the personality you're watching is a product, then what else is being hidden? Not just about Meek, not just about Diddy, but about all of them. Because Jaguar isn't attacking one person here. She's exposing a blueprint, a system where artists are built, sold, and sometimes discarded. And the fans, they're not watching music anymore, they're watching marketing. So the question isn't, is Jaguar Wright telling the truth? The real question is, why does so much of what she says line up with what others have said in private?
The average human probably use how much baby oil in a year?
I don't know, because I don't use that stuff at all. It closes the doors. I use shea butter. But back in the days before I made it and you know, got my hands on some good stuff, when I did use baby oil, a bottle would last me at least 4 months.
At least, right.
And if I air dried and I did the baby oil in the shower. And air dry, I needed even less. That could last up to 5, maybe even 6 months. So, you know, if you're thinking like a vat of baby oil, I mean, this all sounds very college, very frat boyish. Like KY jelly, you know, wrestling t-shirt contests with girls with big breasts. You know, it sounds a lot like that.
Yeah, it
I
could have
just
been.
want to know.
At first, it sounds almost ridiculous, but then you realize she's not talking about the details. She's talking about the culture, the atmosphere, the normalization of behavior that most people outside that world would never accept. And that's where the disconnect happens between what fans believe and what insiders claim actually happens behind closed doors.
Bieber just came out and said that Diddy and Usher were drinking his blood in the form of adrenochrome. This is happening, y'all. The Epstein files is not just pedophilia. There's cannibalism in there. They're eating children. They're drinking blood. They're harvesting blood for adrenochrome. For those of you that still don't believe, I don't know where your mind is at, but you need to wake up because this has been happening. We've been telling you that this has been happening before the Epstein files were released. And after the Epstein files were released, some of y'all still don't believe it. And I don't know what's up with y'all. Wake up.
Epstein's island list. Homie Chris Tucker name on there. There's a bunch of people name on there. But isn't it ironic that they giving us all the details about Puffy and then give us no details about Jeffrey Epstein? So, homie, I just want to remind people, as humble and as meek and righteous you think your favorite celebrity is, they exist in an evil world. And for them to maintain in that world, they have to be okay with evil things. Whether it's T.I., man, you have to be okay with evil things because you don't get this high. Religious people have always said that evil things and evil high power of principalities exist in high places. Evil exists in high places, huh? How do you think he could do that for so long? And now you got videos of later of him coming out saying, man, they might arrest me for these kind of motherfucking parties. Because most evil things is in plain sight. We just don't know what to look for. But I'm gonna say this. He ain't been accused of fucking no babies. So fuck what he did to them people. Because I know it wasn't a freak off. It was a big orgy that they was having. And how you go fuck because I'm a rich and I got these hoes coming in from Texas and they go come to New York and they go but yeah, them hoes want some money for me to how you go hit me with man, I'm getting these hoes something for that pussy. These ain't prostitute. It's a fair exchange. I'm a rich man. Every pussy I get, I got to fly in from another state and be willing to give them something. Man, this the part of the rich
and this is where everything comes full circle because this story was never just about Meek Mill or even Diddy. It's about power, influence, and the kind of environments where people think they've won until they realize what it's costing them. Because here's the truth nobody tells you. The same system that builds you can destroy you. The same people who open doors can lock them forever. And once you're inside that machine, walking away isn't difficult, it's dangerous. Because the moment you speak up, you're not a victim anymore, you're a threat. And in this industry, being labeled difficult is worse than any lawsuit. History has shown us Hollywood, music, politics, the biggest stories don't come out all at once. They come out slowly, piece by piece, voice by voice. And right now, we're only seeing fragments. So the real question isn't just what happened, it's this. How much is still hidden? How many people are choosing to stay silent right now? Because silence, it has a shelf life and it's almost expired. Drop a comment, tell me, does this change how you see him? And if you want part 2, subscribe, hit the bell, because this story, it's far from over, we're just getting started.